What up, everybody? Welcome back to 10th Man on the Bench podcast. I'm your host, Willis Love, and I got some special guests in the building today. Today's episode is called Top 5, Top 5, Top 5, and we got a lot of things on the schedule to talk about. So I'm going to bring my guest in, and everybody just introduce yourself, man. Let the people know where y'all coming from and what y'all talking about, man.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy 3 a.m. out here in Virginia Beach.
Who we got next? Who next?
Queens, New York, Devorin. Praise God, we got this opportunity to talk about what we got to talk about today. So let's get to it.
Lord.
It's Ashley, Brooklyn, but currently live in Georgia.
Hey.
Georgia Peach.
Hey. Who we got left? We got Slick Rick. Slick Rick, introduce yourself.
Brace yourself.
It's Slick Rick on here from Brooklyn.
Slick Rick from Brooklyn. It's good to see everybody. I'm glad everybody's on the show. Thank you guys for joining the podcast. And we're going to get right to the first topic. The first topic is Beyonce is performing the NFL Christmas halftime show. So are you guys feeling it or not feeling it? Start them or bench them? Where we going with this?
Start.
Bencher for me. I'm a bencher.
Yeah, I'm a bencher. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm
don't
OD
piss me
benching.
off.
I'm benching.
Don't piss me off.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Hold on.
I'm
Have
sorry.
y'all even been to a Beyonce concert?
I don't have to
Look.
be.
Oh, I might take off my. Let me represent my
It's-
department properly.
Wow.
It's crazy because the only person that voted for her was Ashley.
I didn't say my vote yet. I didn't say mine yet.
Kev, come
I
on,
said so
Kev.
far the only person was
So
Ashley.
for me, it's gonna be a stardom. Beyonce
Alright.
is, that's Beyonce. Y'all wildin'. That's a stardom.
I'm sorry,
All right,
gang.
look.
Thank
guys,
you.
look.
A starter.
Don't
Look,
get me wrong.
I ain't gonna hold you. She got a great voice, but ever since she turned topsy-turvy, I can't really I'm not really feeling the direction of where her music going.
Oh, you not feeling Cowboy Carter?
My man, first off,
What?
I mean, you see the shirt that I'm wearing? You see who I'm representing here?
Let's talk
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what type of channel Beyonce on, but she
What?
definitely not. We not vibing anymore. She used to be my best artist, and then she went south. Like she went to the dark side. So
Because
I'm-
she decided to do country music.
Nah, before that, gang.
Well, break it down because
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Y'all gotta
y'all
fact
gotta
check
break it
that.
down to me
Yeah,
because
yeah.
hold on. So in my opinion, I feel like a lot of people don't like her for certain reasons. But if you haven't been to her concert to actually watch her perform, I feel like the statements or the comments and stuff is biased. Like she went into country music for a reason. Because us as Black people, artists, we grew up on showing love. And now when we go into something new, jobs, music, whatever, it's always pushback, right or wrong. Soon as she went country,
Oh,
what
yeah.
happened? Oh,
Well,
she's not supposed to be
nah,
doing
you-
it. She's not accepted. Now with
mean-
us, it's just like, well, she's not vibing our music anymore. But now we got Kendrick Lamar, we got Drake, we got all these other new artists, Gorilla, and I need to know, can y'all really not go a whole day, not hear Beyonce song and not vibe
Yes.
to it? Everyone
Yes.
knows one Beyonce song.
I ain't gonna
Of
lie to you. I
course.
don't know no Beyonce songs.
You're a
I'm
public.
not even
At the end of the day,
listening
Love
to
album
I put
was
that. I put that on God. I mean, I don't like to do that, but I don't know Beyonce songs, bro. At all.
Really?
So
I
me
swear.
personally, I can nowadays go
But-
without bumping Beyonce.
Yeah.
But it's not because I choose not to because she's garbage or whatever. To me, no, she's not. She's a great artist, but for me, she's not gonna be a spin in my headphones if I'm going anywhere, to be honest with you. So what the thing for Beyonce for me is her music has changed a lot. And it's not like
Word.
her last album to me after the Lemonade album. I mean, it was a good album. Like I did enjoy the Lemonade album. And it was another album I want to say. It was just the one with the Braves Lemonade album, and the album before that one, the one with her and Drake, the Mine on it. That I just want to say, You're Mine, You're Mine. That was the last two albums that I really did enjoy from Beyonce. After that, The last album, I was kind of like, and then the whole thing again with her breaking into the country music records. Um, I felt like for more so that was just her trying to break into a genre that was not necessarily hers. You know what I'm saying? Like now, again, for it being black artists breaking into country music genre, because again, that genre in itself is dominated by white artists. But if you look at it like this, if somebody that did deserve praise for breaking in as a black artist for country music, Shabuzi, right? He broke in and he broke records as an actual black artist, and then he really made a song that was really a hood classic and made it
Wait,
relevant.
wait.
You know what I'm
I didn't mean to
saying?
cut you off, wrong. You said Boosie?
Shabusi. He made the song "Everybody in the Club Getting Tipsy." He made a country version to that song, and it's a hood bump. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody knew about a Jaquan bop in the country music side until he made that a valued song. Just the same as if you look at every country song that ever came out, a lot of them have inklings or just the same exact vibe of some of your favorite R&B records or some of your favorite hip hop records. So like for him to come in and flip the script and actually win in that genre, not to say Beyonce's not winning in that genre either, but just for him to break the mold in that way, I mean, it is kind of remarkable. So again, just to say it again for Beyonce, you know, I think for what it is, people are, I guess what you're trying to say is when the people not like praising the fact that she's doing it in this realm. I just think that it hasn't been accepted the same way because of who she is and what she is, and it just looked like another juggernaut artist is gonna come in and shatter the stratosphere just like a Taylor Swift. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, that could just be my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be right. But for me, I just feel like honestly, she should have not try to go in with that mindset. But again, I mean, with music, you can do whatever you want. So it's kind of a double edged sword, to be honest with you. So I'm
I
cool on it. I
mean,
mean, I like the song.
let's well, just to stay on the music topic, there's another uh music thing going on that's trending right now. So Drake, Kendrick Lamar still going. Drake decides to take legal action and he is suing United Music Group for using his recouped money that he got for the label to fund Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us record to tarnish his image during a sensitive renegotiation deal. What are you guys thinking? What's going on?
Backdoor.
He not a rapper. I don't care. Facts, bro. Like you want to talk bar for bar like a lyricist, bro? It's no lyricist that you could name that would do something like that, bro. Oh,
Well,
down
back.
from Jadakiss, yeah, down from Jadakiss and all them, bro. Like people that actually open doors for other artists to actually like get these type of deals, and you get what I'm saying. I just feel like he shouldn't be suing him, yo. It ain't got nothing to do with him at the end of the day. But if that was the case, Meek would have, you know what I mean,
I
did the
think I
same
think
thing. But
um
I
I
feel
think
like
people are so I think people are missing like what's happening. Like Drake is suing his label,
Yeah,
right? He's not suing like Kendrick Lamar
he's not.
physically. No, he's
Oh,
suing
all
his
right.
label for funding Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us record. So Drake's own label funded that record to get it more popular so they can have an edge in the renegotiation conversation with the contract with Drake.
yeah,
Cuz Drake is, at the time he was the most popular artist. So he had everything on his favor, so he could have got 700 million, 800 million from them if he wanted to, but
But
now that his image got tarnished by the battle, now they kind of could just negotiate
right.
what they feel is fair that he should get. And he think that they used payola, he think that they used bots, and they worked with Kendrick Lamar's camp to just get that song more popular. So you know
Yeah.
but I
He made a
can't.
good move. He made a good move as a
Playing
businessman.
chess, not
Yeah,
checkers.
I mean, yeah,
He made a
but
good move because like the like Rick said, like, oh, they not rappers, but the rappers is good. Like between themselves, they're battling each other. They doing what rappers used to do all the time. So I don't think that's changed. But in the behind the scenes, you need to make sure your money is locked in. You need to talk to the lawyers and get that settled, because what they did was, all right, you on my team and you backstabbing me for some money purposes. All right, so if we're doing the money thing, let's take it legally. I think he did. I think that was a smart move from a business perspective.
I would
Yeah,
definitely say
I
this
could
one.
agree with that.
Because you think about it like this, you get backdoored by your label, and your label's supposed to be the one being the machine behind that. But in the same sense, it is a business. I mean, listen, if I can make more money somewhere else and I don't got to put all my ducks in one basket, that's what they saying. That's what they going to do. So, I mean, it is. I'm not gonna lie. It is hilarious to see somebody want to Shazam a Drake song and not like us pop up. That is hilarious. But at the same token, it's like, dang, like y'all foul for that.
Yeah, so he feels strongly that his own label tried to sabotage his renegotiation deal. I agree with Dev. I think it's a great business move as far as like protecting the main asset of that label, which is Drake. But I also think that Kendrick Lamar is a great artist, and I don't want to take anything away from what he did organically. Not like us did bump in the streets. People was bumping it, playing in their cars, doing TikToks, crip walking, all kind of stuff. So
That's
they
supposed
can't
to happen.
fake there. They can't fake that, but they could fake the streams and the payola and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So I
And
just want to
either
say,
way, either
yeah,
way, I
just
think they both did a good move. They both,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Drake suing him is a smart business perspective, business strategy, and the label company, they did a smart business move because they're like you said, let's go get more money and
I
do what
ain't.
we can.
I'm
hmm
not even
You
gonna
just
lie.
might lose the money you just gained because you pulled that stunt. So we'll see what happens.
I ain't even gonna front. Kev know how I feel about Drake. I feel like he's just for the females.
hmm
I don't consider him a lyricist at all. From down from him
Mm,
taking the battle for Kendrick, he was crazy to even do that.
mm.
So he put that on his own self with that part. Far as like the business move, his company just showing no type of loyalty, so they was willing to switch on any type of bandwagon they could go on from that. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like he do deserve to like to sue them for that part.
yeah, I agree. I feel like again, everybody has their opinion about the music that they like and how they feel the level of talent the MCs are. I think they had a great battle. I think it was a great contrast between both of them because it was two different styles,
Mm.
and I think the people chose who the people's champ was. So, it is what it is. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. If you guys ever watching the 10th Man on the Bench podcast, holla at y'all. And we're gonna keep this thing going, man. So
And
let's
Drake,
let's
Drake,
oh
Rick still loves you as his best rapper. So
yeah, he does. He
yeah.
does. So real quick, I wanna get into this because I feel like a lot of people not talking about this. Lamelo Ball, bro. Crazy right now. Crazy right now. Lamelo Ball, he's putting up over 30 points a game. He's averaging close to a double-double in assists. Like, he dropped 50, then 44. Then he had a crazy step back from the three. Is he top five PG right now in the league? Is he top five?
Healthy, young, mellow ball is dangerous. I ain't gonna say he top five yet because he was injured last season, so it's just like only a few games. So I want to see how he gonna do within this season and like entering in the playoffs. Hopefully they make it there. But then like if his numbers showing like improvements with that, then I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to give him that. I'm gonna have to give him that out of the young cats, man.
I'll agree with you, Rick. Like, he's elite, but just because he had two hot games, like, I don't even know why this is a part of the conversation. Two games ain't gonna put you at the top five, but he is elite. So let's see how consistent he is. He don't got to drop 40 and 50 each game, but if he's consistent with like a strong 20, 30 points, and he's like assists, rebounds, then we can revisit this conversation.
Mm, okay. So I was just thinking about it from a statistical aspect. Yeah, he is top five in the league right now. Because you gotta really think about it. Who's in the? No, he wouldn't now. Think about it. Because yeah, it got. All right, let me not be biased. So he's in Charlotte. You could do whatever in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not to say like Charlotte is. Yeah, they not it. You could do whatever you want in Charlotte. Like you could go in Charlotte right now and drop 60 if you wanted to. And that's not to say that people out there are trash basketball players, but it's just the market for Charlotte is it's easy to go in there and get a win in there. Like you feel me? That you could put the Harlem Globetrotters and go win in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to nobody, but I'm just saying it's easy to win in Charlotte. Now, top 5 point guards in the NBA right now. I mean, Lamelo. I would say he's from stats. Yeah, he's top 5. But to be honest with you, he's top. He's 6. He's 6 right now because you got to remember you got Darius Garland. He's crazy right now. You got Jalen Brunson. He's crazy right now. You got
Luca.
Steph, Luca, and you got Curry, right? And now remember, Luca is an out of position point guard. And even so, you still got Russ up there still. So I mean, it's a lot of different point guards in the league right now that's not big name and that's doing big numbers too. But for styles, yeah, Melo would definitely be top 6 to me because out of the 5 I just named before, even with De'Aaron Fox, you got De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox just had a 60 ball the other day. Would have lost though, but he still had a 60 ball. So I mean, it's kind of hard to really think about it in the sense of like him being really top 5 just now. But I would say maybe once we get into like February, then we get that conversation be for real, especially if he stay healthy.
Yeah, that's the main goal, man. Cause he was hurt just last year, so it's like I want to see how his numbers gonna get. Like you said, around February, March. I want to see
Mm-hmm.
how he do around that time period.
Yeah, February, March, definitely you'll see exactly what it is because then now the teams will be gelled together. And then also, too, now LaMelo, he also lost some muscle with Grant going down with the ACL tear. So, even though Grant Williams is not like top 5 defenders in the league, but he was also his toughness. Like he's like a Draymond Green for him. So he would do all the dirty work for him. You know what I'm saying? So now we got to really see how Lamelo really going to be activated because he don't got that extra body to throw at somebody for just because now.
Yeah, I felt like he could be a runner though for MVP. I don't think he gonna win it though. That's me personally. He's
I
like,
mean, for MVP, yeah, it could be possible, but they win percentage just got to go up.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
They gotta like then get them W's. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's easy to like you were saying like to score over there and drop 60 or whatever points you could get,
Yeah.
but if they go against other cats that's the numbers is high, bro, it's like it's gonna be difficult for them to get wins.
Now he
So,
could win the scoring title probably if
yeah,
he's
definitely then that.
if he keep putting up numbers like that. Yeah, scoring title for sure. But like MVP conversation, I don't think with the win percentages that Charlotte has, it's not happening.
Yo, with a healthy Anthony Davis, he could
Yeah,
get it, but I still feel like he lazy.
yeah. I mean,
Anthony Davis is a lazy big man, bro. Like to
I
be
wouldn't say he's
honest.
a lazy big man. He just got to be active. You and then and now in the new JJ Redick system that he is playing in too, he's actively better in this situation. So yeah, for sure that actually works out for him.
I want to see how he does. And I ain't gonna front. I like the system that JJ Redick created though,
Hmm.
because it's benefiting the Lakers and the young Lakers that's actually developing and everything. So like it's good for the
Yeah.
system that they work in.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, also too, because dealing with the whole fact that JJ Redick is allowing these young kids to play in the system, and then also tinkering with the offense definitely helps too. It allows them to be, you know, dogs in a sense, right? Because everybody knows JJ Redick. He's a dog. As much as everybody hasn't watched his game, but JJ Redick is a dog. You know, like he's gonna get a bucket. He's gonna get his spots. He's gonna be able to go wherever he needs to go. JJ Redick is gonna be the driver in the car. And now that he has these players that kind of have these similar builds and modes to him, he's able to help these players like Dalton Connect get to their spots. He's able to help these players like Austin Reeves to get to his spots. He's able to help these players like D'Angelo Russell to get to his spots. Even so, even with JJ Redick playing, JJ Redick coaching Anthony Davis as a big, he's gonna help him get to his spots too because regardless of what, JJ Redick is a shooting guard / point guard, so he can play those positions and he can show somebody how to get your big man in the spots that he need to be. So, you know, that is something that is, I think, ideal and more optimal for his game because Anthony Davis' career is really built on making sure that he had the proper pieces around him. Because think about it, when he was in New Orleans the first few years, you know, he had good pieces around him, but they just wasn't good enough to get him over the hump past the Warriors. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think about like Anthony Davis? Do you think he would have been as good by himself?
No. When he had DeMarcus Cousins, that year
was a
when him and
monster.
DeMarcus Cousins was nasty, it was Rajon Rondo, DeMarcus Cousins, and Anthony Davis. Then
So
they
you had a good guard and another big.
And then remember, they put Julius Randle into the mix too one season.
That's when they got a little dangerous.
Exactly. They got very dangerous, and they had a shooter. They had one shooter over there. I forgot his name. It wasn't Gordon. It was another dude. Oh, man, I forgot his name. But he was a shooter. But he wasn't knocked down until J.J. Redick got over there. When J.J. Redick got over there, Zion was over there, and Anthony Davis had went to the L.A. Lakers. But
yeah, Anthony Davis did go to the Lakers, but you know, we're gonna just keep this thing going for the sake of time. We still here, we locked in. You know, so my next question for you guys is the NBA season, right? Mm-hmm. For the All-Star game, they're coming up with a new concept for the All-Star game. They're doing 4 teams, right? 3 All-Star teams with 8 players, and the 4th team plays the winner from the Rising Stars Challenge. So if you was in the rookie versus sophomore game with the different countries that played,
they had different brackets though, right?
Yeah, so whoever wins that tourney plays in the All-Star tournament, which has 3 teams, and then the 2 teams who win the first games obviously go to the finals, and then the finals obviously play for a charity. The last game is game 25. The semifinals is game 40. So what are we thinking about that? And do you feel like it's going to bring a competitive edge back to the NBA? Like, how do you guys feel about that?
If you want a competitive edge, I think we need to go back to 90s basketball kind of thing. And not in regards to like the style of play, but more of like how the referees are calling the games. Certain rules and regulations they got for the games need to be reverted back to its original basketball stage. Otherwise, people are going to be people. They're going to be lazy. They're going to be saying that they need a break. They don't need to play 82 games. They only need to, it's going to be a bunch of, even now, like my man told me something, like people are just getting soft. And so to build competitiveness, people got to be hard. They got to be like strong. So you look at the Army, I think they got these things now where they're like showing, like if the sergeant screams at you, they got to pull up a card and say, stop screaming at me. So I don't know, competitiveness, you can't really like teach that or implement brackets to make that come about. People just have to be built with that competitive drive.
Yo, that's crazy. I was just speaking on this, like this statement to my brother, like there's no longer like the men are not no longer.
Men.
They trying to, you get what I'm saying? They trying to demasculate the man, and I don't feel like that's right at all. This is the whole point of the man. If you want a female to be a certain way, what do you get, right? That's crazy. It's crazy how like the double sided thing is like really in effect with
Times
today's
is
generation.
changing.
Well, do you think
Nah,
do you guys think it's a lack of effort from the players? Because like
100%.
in the summertime, they out here playing pickup like they trying to win the finals. You know, they out here really playing pickup hard. And then All Star game come, they shooting from the other side of the court. Dudes is trying to dunk over dudes, and they just bombing threes. It's not really competitive.
Yeah,
I could speak
It's a
on one
show.
person though.
It's a
I'm gonna
show.
speak.
I
It's a
think I think more so what could be interesting, right? Because the new tournament style could be fire. Don't get me wrong. I know it could be fire, especially if it's ran correctly. But I think what could really be fire, and just hear me out on this, hear me out on this. The players that don't get no burn have a tournament style on an All Star weekend, right? Because I don't care if you're the 15th man on the bench, you are still making millions of dollars. There's no way in hell you're not getting paid for just being there. Now, what I'm saying is like, yeah, they're not necessarily all stars, but imagine it be that the all stars that get selected for the teams, right, pick their nicest teammates to play in the team. So, for example, like the roster would be like a 20-man roster or something like that, right? So you got LeBron and AD, right? And he'll pick three of his favorite players or two of his favorite players, and then the next team will pick two of their favorite players. And then as long as they add up to whatever how much the roster should be, I know it's 15, but just as even so everybody get a chance, I'll say 20. You fill up that roster that way, like fake like a summer league type of situation, but
That
instead
might
of it,
work, Rome.
right,
That's making me want to like,
you know what I'm saying? Because like
10th man on the bench, baby.
you put all of these players together, but like for example, like LeBron would be like, "Oh, I know you nice, but right now your skills aren't what we need for this style of play. But I know if anything, I'm gonna put my money on you. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna pick these players, and they don't necessarily have to be superstar, all-star level players, but that they skill set warrants for them to get paid like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that would be a super fire concept because it'll be fresh and new, and then also too, it'll break open the fact that we finally get to see these players play. You know
True,
what I'm saying?
true.
Like make it a tournament style again. You know what I'm saying? Make it 3 rounds. Or four rounds. However you break it down. So like, all right, boom. This team like Team LeBron goes against Team Jimmy Butler, and then Team Anthony Edwards goes against Team Zion, and then you break it up into these brackets. You know what I'm saying? Games like game 40. You know what I'm saying? Or game 75 or something like that, right? Break it up just like that real quick because then it'll give you time to actually get them to get in there and get some burn. And then, give everybody at least 5 to 6 minutes of play, each play. You know what I'm saying? It'd be fire if they could break it up that way somehow. Like, I think honestly, giving somebody a chance to like at least showcase themselves other than just being like the all-star game or
that
the
right,
Rising
Rome.
All-Star Challenge.
I think even Rome, how you pitched it, that might bring a competitive edge. You need to speak to the commissioner because if my player is voting for me, I'm gonna play harder. Versus, I know it's kind of weird to say,
Yeah.
playing for the fans nowadays. All you got to do is some razzle dazzle trick, and then the fence is gonna go
Yeah.
yay. But if your man who sees you and plays with you, plays against you every day, picks you,
Right.
that's your pride now. So that might bring that competitive edge
Like
for sure.
imagine that LeBron be like, "Yo, Austin, I need you to go play in this game because I'm putting you on the team." I
He's
bet.
pulling up. He's
You feel
pulling
me?
up.
And then Jimmy Butler be like, "Yo, Jaime, I need you to go play on this
They
team." I
pulling up.
bet. They're gonna go cook. You know what I'm saying? So like you'll get your
Like, you
like
nominated me? Yeah, I'm
right, like
there.
you get your players that's like, yo, like they valuable players, but like if they get plugged into a right situation, they gonna go crazy. Like
Handpicked by their own man.
exactly. Like for example, like Dante DiVincenzo, right? He's a bucket, but he a journeyman. You know what I'm saying? And this would be a situation that could get him looked at so where he could have a James Harden kind of story. You know what I'm saying? So
Not
like
too many of those come out.
exactly, and then there's
Mm-hmm.
players that's having James Harden kind of stories right now in the league as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So like look at
What
son
about what
from
about Victor Oladipo? Like somebody
Victor
like that. Like
Oladipo. His knee is fried, bro. They did his surgery wrong in Indiana. His knee is fried. I wouldn't be surprised if they retire him because it no
That'd be
matter
unfortunate.
what, yeah, they cut too much of the tendon off, so it'll keep healing back, but it's more prone to getting injured again. So his
But they
knee is
got stem
fried.
cells now, so
That is
maybe
Yeah,
stem
true.
and
cells might work.
speaking of injuries, just to because that's the next topic on here, right? Do you guys think that the NBA should have less games, so that way players are more reserved to finish the end of the season?
No,
Mm,
I don't think so
I
because
don't
the
know.
game is safer now.
It's super safer for sure.
Yeah,
They
it's
got too
safer.
many refs calling. You know, you
Yeah,
you
yeah.
a gust of wind blow by, somebody gonna flop, and it's a
yeah.
foul. So it's super safe now.
A bat flew in the arena and they shut the whole game down for 10 minutes. Like, bro,
Yeah,
to get the
it's
bat
super
out.
safe.
How I feel it's too much technology for people to be that much like that severe. Yo, Dev, come on. You remember
They
how we
got
was
they
working
got all
out?
the money, all the tech.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much tech and too much money
Your player health. I
invested
just said
into the
stem cells.
NBA. Come on, right there, yo.
The
Yeah,
stem
like
cells. If you look at the stem cell, Jeff Rogan and them talking about it, that is
it
one of the most
works. Yeah.
like revolutionary things to regenerative health.
So
So
I'm pretty sure.
how do you guys feel about Embiid not playing back to backs? Joel
Well,
He need to,
Embiid.
he need
he
to lose
got
weight,
not even that he need to lose weight. He got bad ankles, bro.
but
Like,
it also stems from too much weight on your knees
well,
as
yeah,
well. All
he's
that
he
pressure
he
is
he
pressure.
big.
just needs a better dietitian.
Yeah.
He needs a better like health and fitness coach. He needs a better strength conditioning coach. He
Come to
needs like
Miami. We gonna get
he
him right.
he needs a whole new team behind him to get him back, to get him to where he needs to be, not to get him where he back was. He needs a new team to get him and
Look,
get him in the right position.
look, Dev. You see what Miami did to James Johnson and Dion Waiters, right? Transformed their entire bodies and made them machines.
They look like new
Even
men,
down, even
New
down to.
men.
But hold on, even down to LeBron. Let's talk about it.
cyborgs.
You feel
Come on,
me?
bro.
Straight robots. Bring Joel Embiid to Miami, bro. He be alright. Get him right.
Yeah, I believe they would transform him into a monster.
Into a straight animal, bro.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a interesting concept that the league's been talking about because now you have to play a certain amount of games to even make All NBA. So you got to play over 65 games. People like LeBron, Curry, grandfather, then they don't have to play that much amount of games because they are over the age limit. So
They literally grandfathers.
yeah, they grandfathered them in. So it's very interesting where the league is going with this. So we will continue to monitor that on 10th Man on the Pod. But I read something interesting online, and it said it was a quote. It said it's a tragedy to bench your star player in the fourth quarter, but it can also be a strategy. So what do you guys feel about that quote, and how do you think it applies to today's NBA game? Because most people come to the games to see the star players, but if they're not having a good game and they get benched, do you think it's a tragedy or strategy?
Strategy.
Strategy for sure. In some cases, you want to see your star player play in that fourth quarter, that last, because and even from a business standpoint, if you want people to stay in the seats a little longer, they probably would if your star player is playing till, let's say, the last up at least 5 minutes, right? So especially if they're down a couple points, obviously your star player is going to be playing. You want the team to win. The seats are going to stay filled until the last stretch of the game because your star player can make some magic happen. So it could be strategy, but who knows?
But think about it on a fan standpoint of everything. Like you come to see, let's say you got your kids with you. Like, yeah, daddy, we want to go see LeBron, and LeBron don't play, and you just spent like 2,500 on some tickets. You know how pissed off I would be as a father, like looking like, yo, he didn't play. I spent all this money and stuff like that. To, I'm not gonna want to go to another game that LeBron is playing in because you're afraid that might happen again. There's people that invest their hard-earned money into these tickets and everything. I feel like these stars shouldn't be, especially if you're healthy. If you're not healthy, it's understandable. But if you're healthy enough to play, Jordan didn't take off no time. That's all I'm saying. He played.
I honestly think benching your star player in the fourth quarter is a strategy because it's the mental game. It's the aspect of them knowing, like, all right, listen, you had a bad first, second, and third quarter. Best to believe if you don't get it right to get us out of here, you're sitting down. Now, I think that's more of an incentive to note, like, just because you are a star player doesn't mean you can't get treated like the last player on the bench, right? So I would think even more so, people will say, "Oh, that's like kind of punishment to their stars," but that's honestly just humbling them to let them know, like, you could be that even though you are here and getting paid that money. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, like, benching a star player just to get them right mentally is, I would agree with that. But now if you just benching a star player because you benching them because of something that they did that was stupid, and your winning percentages is terrible without them, like, that's you gotta
Dumb.
live and die by that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you threw yourself out the gate with that one. Like, for when Lamelo got benched because he said the word, and they packed him up
He said
for
the
it.
word. I'm
You
not
know what
gonna
I'm
say
saying?
that.
Right, packed them up for it. But at the end of the day, lingo is lingo. But listen, bro, you said it on national television, so
You wildin'. You an icon. You can't say
right,
certain
you can't
words.
say certain words. Like, we could all run around and be saying that outrageous if we want to, but we can't go into the work office and be like, "Yo, bro, hey, you feel me?"
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, what you said the other day, pause. But yo, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
So
man.
you gotta
I'm saying, yeah,
understand there's a
you
time
gotta
and a
get
place for
somebody in
everything.
trouble there, little buddy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny. Like, be
That'll do it.
tweaking.
so
So yeah.
Tracy McGrady was online, and it was a video of T Mac, and he said somebody asked him whose NBA legacy deserves more respect, and T Mac surprisingly said Dwight Howard,
Oh yeah.
and I agree with this take 100%. I feel like he doesn't get the respect he deserves. So, do you guys think Dwight Howard gets enough respect?
No.
Nah, I don't
They
think so at
violate
all.
Dwight Howard just because it's Dwight Howard.
I think they
Yeah,
violate him because he's not Shaq. Like, but
I gotta
he
take. I gotta take.
he's
I'm gonna
under
let you say
he
it.
is underrated in some aspects of his professional career for sure.
Now let me ask you this, right? And this I swear this is gonna be kind of like, it has a really good relevance. Kwame Brown,
Mm.
Bynum, Dwight Howard,
mm,
all three of them played with who? Kobe, right? Now, again, Kwame Brown, number one pick, projected to be
The
elite.
man.
Not it. Bynum, projected to be like Shaq, right? Not it. Dwight Howard, he was physically still in his prime, just the same exact time as Dwight Howard went over from Orlando to LA, just like Shaq was, but he couldn't pan out over there because mentally him and Kobe was at each other like this, right? So now let me ask this question: if Dwight Howard would have never left Orlando, and this is another hot take too, instead of leaving Orlando, was actually then paired and teamed up with Brandon Jennings, do you think that his legacy would be tarnished the way it is now if he would have never left Orlando and got paired up with Brandon Jennings instead?
He could have stayed at Orlando for sure. My like I think that would have, like, oh, he doesn't get enough credit. if he stayed at Orlando and continued to go up in his career, which inevitably would have happened if he was paired with the right guy. So,
Because remember,
I mean, they did go to the finals. They did play
look,
against Kobe Bryant, so they did reach the pinnacle. But they just
right.
obviously,
they didn't get over that. They didn't
And it
get
right,
was
over that
off of
hurdle.
his
yeah,
But
back, though. It was off of Dwight Howard's back.
right.
it
Him,
was off
Jermaine
his back, and
Nelson,
he
Hedo
deserved. He
Turkoglu.
deserved that.
It was off of his back. So I'm saying here, like, yo, y'all are violating Dwight Howard legacy. Like, he not that guy. And to me, it's
They
really
they
annoying
they keep comparing him to Shaq though. Like he
because
actually is the closest to Shaq in
right
regards to like who
of
I mean
dominance.
of
I
dominance.
mean, besides LeBron, like you said last week, D.
Besides
Well,
Besides
LeBron,
LeBron,
but in
right,
regards to
right,
yeah,
like big men,
yeah. Hmm.
besides big men,
but the reason why I'm saying that though is because again, look at his trajectory.
trajectory.
Right, I was about to get fried. I was talking a lot this night, so my tongue a little dry. But look at his trajectory of how his NBA career panned out. He got drafted. He got drafted by the Orlando Magic and then traded to the Lakers. He had the same exact plan that they had for Shaq. So that's what I'm
That's
saying.
a fact.
They fried him out because you supposed to be the next thing like Shaq and you didn't pan out that way. So even though you didn't pan out that way at LA, your legacy is fried. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of messed up how they did that to him because I guarantee you, if he would have never played in LA with Kobe, it would have been a whole other different topic. You know what I'm saying? Or if the Clippers would have, I'm sorry, if the Lakers would have been able to get CP3 and Dwight Howard at the same time, then it would have really been a different conversation.
Yo,
Well,
they was trying to get Carmelo Anthony and CB3 that year.
Yeah,
mm,
because they could the NBA or everybody in the NBA could afford to get three superstars that year, but they
Yeah, but
decided to go other routes. No, two superstars that year, but Miami pulled off the Magnificent and got three.
well, do you
yo,
guys feel like right now in today's game he can stop Jokic? Him and JaVale McGee have been very vocal and public about this that they feel like they can stop Jokic. So, what do you
Yeah,
guys feel about that?
well,
I'm,
who we
Dwight
talking
Howard
about?
and JaVale McGee have been saying that they can stop Jokic right now.
they the ones that
Yeah,
got the ring over him.
yeah, I
Mm.
believe so.
Don't get me
Definitely.
wrong, because all they're gonna do is bully him. They're gonna do all the dirty work. And then think about it like this: if
Oh, that's death. Okay.
you got to think about it like this, Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee had the master plan for Anthony Davis to work and operate in spaces which made him elite again. So in the bubble, we've seen it. So if you really pay attention to all of that film from the bubble, they really had Anthony Davis out there to just score. JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard was literally beating the life out of Jokic. They was physically beating him up. So again, that's physical
Yeah,
dominance of whipping. Anthony. I mean, getting beat on by Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, and then after that, I got to guard a healthy Anthony Davis on the block is kind of crazy.
Hmm.
So again, they had the plan to really break down Jokic.
And they kind of did the same thing in the Olympics too, right? If you watched, like they put a lot of faces in front of Jokic that were like a lot of big faces. Like it wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
small guards. They put Bam, they put AD. Sometimes Braun took him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the key when you're guarding a player like Jokic because he's one of the smartest players in the league, no doubt. He's not the most athletic player, but he does know how to play basketball. So if you make it hard for him as far as like offensively and slow him down athletic wise, you might have a shot. But if he got shooters around him, it's tough, man. It's
Yeah, of
tough.
course.
It's tough.
I think more of a physical dominance and prowess of how his game could be affected. Because don't get me wrong, there's games where Jokic was getting fried physically, but he still was able to have 40,
Mm-hmm.
10, and 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's still possible. But the thing is, you can't necessarily stop Jokic. You can just slow him down. And if you slow him down, you're fine, especially if you don't got Jamal Murray, which is he's truly the head of the snake. But if you got Jamal Murray that's not healthy or not getting it going before Jokic could get him going, then you definitely cooking with hot
Problem.
grease.
Yeah. Yeah. Now high screen and roll, crazy. Can't stop it. So
Yeah,
moving right along, we're gonna get into our next fun segment of the show. Definitely this thing's been going crazy online, and everybody love it. So do I. So let's get to it. It's time to play Start 'em or Bench 'em. All right, you guys know how the game go. I'm gonna list off a bunch of topics. You guys are gonna either gonna say start 'em or bench 'em. You guys ready to play?
Let's do it.
let's do this.
All right. Okay, so Dwight Howard should be top 75. Start him or bench him.
Start him.
Start him.
Derrick Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. Start him or bench him.
Bench him.
Lamelo Ball, the best PG in the East.
Bench him.
Bench him.
Start him.
Orlando Magic making it into the second round of the playoffs.
Bench him.
Bench him.
I'm gonna go bench him.
Paul George and Joel Embiid finishing the rest of the season together.
Bench him.
Bench him.
I got faith.
Okay. Miami Heat trade Jimmy Butler this season.
Bench him.
Bench him.
All right. And last but not least, LeBron James wins the title this year. Start him or bench
Bench
him.
him.
Bench him.
Bench him. Bench him.
Oh, now.
He
Yo,
didn't even finish the question.
y'all foul. Y'all foul.
We love you, bro, but nah, bro.
Wow.
Come on, I want Jimmy to get that ring, gang.
Well, thanks to you guys for playing Start 'em or bench 'em. And thank you to everybody who tuned into the podcast. We really appreciate it, man. We're trying to do something great here. So Devore and 3 a.m. Slick Rick. I'm your host, Willis Love. See you guys when we see you. Peace.
Peace.